everyone, and welcome to my channel. I am Karanda Page, aka Queen, and I want to do a little story time with you guys about my wisdom tooth extraction. And I'm gonna try to do the best that I can, being that my jaws are still sore. But let's do this, right? Let's do this. Well, I'm quite sure that everyone knows about the prep. When you get prepped up, you get the notifications from the doctor. I got a call and they was just pretty much telling me, what to do, what not to do. And one of them was like, do not drink water, or do not eat or drink anything prior to the surgery. And yeah, okay, cool, right? That's easy, right? Okay, I did pretty good up until okay, I'll just say this. I'll say my appointment was at 7:45, but around about 5:50, I had this sudden urge to just drink some water. I mean, I felt literally dehydrated. I don't think that really bothered anything, even though they did say that, but I wasn't supposed to. So I couldn't sleep that night either. I don't know why. I couldn't sleep that night. But as the time approached, I got there. First thing I had to do was sign in and do my paper. I didn't have much paperwork because I already did it before. So I didn't have that much. I just had to sign in, and that's pretty much it. And then I had to do my x-ray. I had to do my x-ray twice because the lady didn't help me in good. And she didn't help me position right because I was placed in the revolving x-ray, that the one that goes around your head, and my shoulder kept bumping against it, so it didn't come out clear, so we had to do it over. But before that, before I even sat down and everything, I had asked her, did she have the thyroid guard, or for your throat protection. She told me that she did, and she didn't. And I'm bringing this up because you guys also need to ask for that, the throat, because that's a lot of radiation. It shouldn't just be protecting your body, it should also protect your throat. And I asked for the little flask, and she said that she had it. She said she got me. I was like, okay, but when she began to do the x-ray, all she really did was just pull the body cover, the protection from the radiation, that cover up to here, which I won't complain too much because my neck was fully covered. But I mean, that's the important thing, because I wanted everything, not just down there. I wanted my everything. Okay, enough of that. But yeah, you guys, you should ask for that also, because I know that a lot of people ask for those, because she the nurse was like, we need to order those. She was telling the little assistant that we need to order those. So I know that a lot of people do come in and ask for them, and they should. Okay, so once I got done with my x-ray, I go back into the waiting area, which I thought I was going to read, a few chapters of the book that I brought. But, before I can even sit down, I know my boys, they were like laughing because I was like, you already out? I was like, yeah, I'm smiling because I'm thinking I'm about to go read. And so, but before I could even get back to my seat, another nurse called me from another door. So the kids, they just laughing because, they knew I was about to read. Okay, I love to read. So I go back here. I go to the bag, but I thought I had some more paperwork or something to do, but I didn't. It turned out that I was actually heading to the surgery room. I didn't know that, but she got me in there. They set me down. Well, I had to set my belongings down and, you know, get situated. Once they once I was seated and everything, they started setting up the EKG monitor and, you know, putting the patches on me. Thereafter is when they started setting up the IV, because they did put an IV in my arm. But after they set it up, I noticed that after they put the patches on, my heart rate changed. My heart started beating real fast. And so I asked her, what did she, you know, give me? She said that it was a pain sedative. But she did tell me the name. She was just asking me questions. I think she really was just accommodate me into the coma. Because shortly after that, the doctor, his name's Dr. West, he came in and he spoke to me. I remember him saying, "All right, Rhonda, we're gonna get in there and get those wisdom teeth out and have you, you know, all good. You'll be done before you know it." It sounded like he called me sport. But I was like, "Okay, doc, all right." And he asked me about the teeth because it was like this little situation where, you know, we couldn't, well, they told me it was two teeth that has to be pulled, and I was told by my primary doctor that it was only one. So we had to, I had to get to the bottom of that, but which I did. And when he came, he just, you know, went back over that like a recap, and so we got that out the way, and I was cool. I was like, okay, cool, because you know you don't want to come out there with a set of teeth that was extracted that you never said you had a problem with. So yeah, you want to make sure you get all of those things. Please make sure you get the right teeth. I'm sure that they're gonna take care of that though. I'm sure. You know, these doctors, most doctors these days are pretty good, you know, especially the dentists. So, you know, and I know Dr. West was good. So, but once he get done, but I said that she talked me into that coma because after Dr. West left the room, that's all I remember. Yeah, that's literally all I remember. And when I came to, I was in a smaller room, but they said I was in recovery. So I guess that's the recovery room, but it was much smaller. And I mean, I wasn't talking crazy or anything, but I think I was just saying a whole bunch of I think I was just saying a whole bunch of repeated things, like because and I know this because I was recording. My son recorded it. So when I went back, I was like, I don't remember any of that. Like the doctor would tell me something, he'll run things by me, and I'll still come back and be like, hey, is the doctor gonna come and talk to me? Because it never registered that I even talked to him anyway. But see, even though you get that pain sedative, in the beginning, I was also told, because I remember she did say that, the lady that set up the IV, she told me that after the doctor get done, they hit you with another anesthesia. So you are like totally gassed up, wasted. So yeah, I was on discombobulated. That place was so good, it's crazy, because it's like when I went in, it seemed like I wasn't even back there no more than like 15 or 20 minutes. That's the way it seemed to me. But when I look at the recording, everything, I guess I was back there about an hour and a half. And everything was on point. I really didn't even, it just like it flew by. And once I came to, I was in the recovery room. And fact, they said that, you know, I did pretty good. So, um, I guess I was out. But I went and once I left there, of course, I had to get to the car. And you know, I wasn't driving, so they wheeled me out in the wheelchair to the passenger side. And we off, and I go drop off my prescription. I drop off my prescription and wait on it before I went to the house because I did not want to be in pain and waiting to go get my medicine. So I wanted to already have it there and get ahead of my pain, get ahead of all the pain. And that's what I did. Because it was shortly after that where, I want to say about an hour, when the anesthesia began to wear off, it was like I could feel all of that pain. I could feel all of the swollen tissues, everything. I was in excruciating pain, okay? And my jaw was just like so heavy. And I do recall doing my little ice packs. You can do like heating and you know, and some cold packs and put them on your jaw. Do you some compressions. I did for about 25 to 30 minutes, and then, you know, stop, and then I repeat it again. So you could do those. That felt good. I mean, it did kind of calm it a little bit. But my advice to everyone is to be sure to take your meds. Be sure to take your medicine and take it on time. And they gave me, I had gargle, so I had to gargle. And I could eat, you can eat anything that's soft. That first week I would eat anything soft like mashed potatoes, a smoothie, ice cream, yogurt, you know, that type of stuff. Anything soft. And do not drink out of any straws, because that causes a dry socket, and you don't want that. That's even worse than everything all together. So you don't want that. Just leave the straws alone. Try not to get stressed. Just and avoid spitting, because all of that triggers a dry spot. Like I said, you don't want that. You don't need that. And what else? When you're brushing, be sure to avoid the stitches, because the stitches is close tight, and they're not far from the teeth. So when you brushing, make sure that you kind of stay away from them, because you don't want them to come undone, because that also will bring a dry socket. So just kind of avoid them, and just brush gentle, and make sure you gargle. Use the gargle. Let's see what else. Drink carbonated drinks and probiotic drinks, fluids and whatnot. Get you some rest. Don't try to be so quick to, you know, try to get up and go. Get you some rest and drink plenty of water, because when you still have that anesthesia in your body, it has you feeling fatigue and nausea. Like I thought it was smart. I thought it was very smart to get up the next day, because I had a flat tire, to go to Walmart, because I had a warranty and I live near Walmart, and go down there. And I also went alone. And while I was waiting in the waiting area, I almost passed out. Like I felt like I was just gonna vomit all over those folks' floor. But you know, and I feel like I was gonna pass out too. But luckily they got done. They actually thought that they was going to have to drive me to the house. I was like, I'm okay. I don't stay that far. I just need to get home, okay? So, you know, that was not smart at all. That was a bad idea. And I don't encourage anyone to do that. Don't be so quick to get up and try to engage in things like this. Got a lot of physical movement to it, because you're not ready. Trust me, you're not ready. And I also had to get something in my stomach, but I do remember getting a mashed potato and a chicken pot pie from KFC. I don't know if I was supposed to have it, but I ate the mess out of it, okay? So, y'all, sue me. But it was soft, so it didn't give me any problems. I just brushed my teeth and gargled afterward, and just took my medicine, and I was good. And I'm like, where am I? I'm about like a week. I'm going on almost 2 weeks now. So I think I did pretty good. And I hope that this advice could preferably help you guys out, just in case y'all run into the encounter. But for the most, everything turned out good on my behalf. I don't have any planks, but everything that I'm telling y'all, please be sure to do it, because you do not want to be sore, or end up with a dry socket, or in more pain than you have to be. So please make sure you take your meds. Oh, and get plenty of rest. You need that rest. And drink plenty of fluids, carbonated drinks. I also drunk some coconut water, but it is heavy in electrolytes, and the electrolytes, they help flush out a lot of that anesthesia. But like I said, yogurt, anything probiotic, that's always good. So but make sure you drink plenty of water. I cannot get enough of saying that, because you need to be completely flushed out and free from anesthesia, okay? Point blank, period. You got to get that out. And what else? So you pretty much just need to sit back and chill, and watch you some TV or something. Drink plenty fluids, plenty fluids, and plenty rest, and soft foods. Yes, and make sure that you take all your meds and gargle. I say it over and over and over again, because in situations like this, they it can get infected, and you want to avoid that. It's like anything can trigger an infection. You're getting stressed out, you're not taking your medicine good, you're not brushing right, or you're not getting enough rest. Anything. So even though it seems like a little small surgery, your body just went through a big change. So take it easy. And I want to say that's all the information that I have for you guys today. But hopefully you can take heed to some of the and ask plenty of questions right before, while you there, and after, as much as possible, even though you probably not remember too much of that. But ask questions, and you should not be deprived of an answer from a professional dentist, or doctor, what have you. So yeah, ask questions, and try to find out as much as you can, beforehand. That way you won't feel so out of place, and it'll actually ease you, and makes you feel some assurance, at least enough to trust the hands of the doctor and his assistants. So yeah, do all of these, and come home. Oh, and also, it's not gonna hurt you to, after a few days, at least a couple of days. I think I waited till about my fourth day, and I started right back with my exercise and my yoga, you know, my meditations. Hey, I'm back on point, and that actually helped me out a lot too. So right now I'm still in recovery. Like I said, my jaws are still sore a little bit, but they're not as bad as just the tooth when it was in my gums by themselves. So I'm not complaining about that. They are healing, and I think they're almost complete. So I'm good. But that's all for the story time from me today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you can take heed to some of these, you know, at least some of the advice that I gave you if you run into it. If it's helpful, at least you'll think about it. You know, some things are just, you know, simply common sense. So that'll be all for my story time today. Until next time, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time, my beautiful people. Bye, y'all.